It's entirely appropriate that time is measured in the gentle but unrelenting swing of a pendulum. Because if history teaches us anything, it's that a swing in one direction is pretty much always followed by a swing in the other. In politics, nations swing to the right in one election, only to swing to the left a few years later. In fashion, I've seen flared trousers come and go at least twice, each time giving way to something skinnier. In the 1980s, bands adopted synthesizers as a backlash against the guitars of glam, prog, and punk rock. Fast forward a few years, and the synths gave way to a rediscovery of guitar grit. So maybe it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that the whole idea of sustainability is starting to swing back too. For a movement born to save the planet from rising seas, feels like the tide might just be turning. And we saw it first in the sphere of equipment. The buzz around the first electric machines quickly faded, replaced by some awkward questions about their real world practicality. The list of unanswered questions is long. Higher purchase price, shorter lifespan, charging times, battery life, battery disposal. But all of them boil down to just a single question. Isn't progress supposed to make life easier? And right now, anything involving electric or hydrogen kit looks and feels like it will actually make life harder and a lot more expensive. And that same revelation that progress might actually make life more difficult is starting to play out across the wider built environment. For several years now, the mantra has been retrofit first. Keep what you've got, save the embodied carbon, patch and preserve, and on paper, it makes perfect sense. But as ever, reality on the ground tells a different story. Sustainability's easy wins are now gone. The momentum's stalling, and the shine seems to be wearing off. The latest RICS sustainability report backs that up. The so-called Sustainable Building Index is still in the black, but there are, in their words, clear signs of fatigue and uncertainty. Demand for green buildings is slowing in almost every region, and the sustainability movement appears to be running out of road. Worse still, the basics are slipping. Almost half of professionals now admit they don't even measure carbon on their projects, up from 34% the year before. Another 30% say they lack the skills to cut embodied carbon at all. That's not progress, that's regression. If we can't even measure what we're meant to be reducing, then the whole retrofit first mantra starts to crumble. We've built a sustainability movement on the promise of data, yet we've quietly stopped collecting it. And that brings us to the places where retrofit stops being a good idea and starts becoming a very expensive mistake. I'm talking about the large panel system, or LPS tower blocks. The same structures now under scrutiny thanks to the new Building Safety Act. Those blocks are the awkward leftovers of a different era. Many were built in haste and have been patched and propped up ever since, each passing year making them harder and more expensive to justify. But here's the rub. The strengthening work being proposed for these blocks only carries a 20-year lifespan. That's it, 20 years. So the real choice isn't between refurbishment and demolition. It's between an eye-wateringly expensive temporary patch or a permanent, safe solution. Now, one report put the cost of strengthening just 8 LPS blocks at a staggering £166 million. And with the Ministry of Housing and Local Government confirming there's no funding available for LPS-related work, that bill would land squarely on local authorities that are already on their knees. Every pound spent on a 20-year sticking plaster is a pound not spent on new, safe, energy-efficient homes that could last generations. It's like pouring champagne into a glass with a hole in it. Expensive, wasteful, and doomed from the start. So maybe the time has come to start being honest about what sustainability really means. It's not just about saving embodied carbon. It's about doing what's right for people, for safety, for communities. Because a sustainable building that's unsafe or unaffordable isn't sustainable at all. And sometimes that means saying enough's enough. And for years, demolition's been painted as the villain in the sustainability story. But that's just lazy thinking. In cases like the LPS towers, demolition isn't the problem, it's actually the solution. The smart, long-term, genuinely sustainable solution. Now let's be honest, retrofitting LPS blocks isn't exactly a gentle option for tenants anyway. Strengthening works means stripping flats back to bare concrete and moving residents out for up to 6 months. Half a year of disruption for a fix that only lasts about 20 years. The truth is, the sustainability movement is entering a tougher phase. The slogans have worn thin, the low hanging fruit's already been picked, and now we're left with the hard, expensive, uncomfortable questions. Retrofit first might still make sense for the right buildings, those that are sound, efficient, and have a decent future ahead of them. But for the ones that are broken by design, riddled with risk, and too costly to fix, we need to stop pretending that patching them up is some kind of moral victory. There's nothing noble about pouring public money into doomed concrete. There's nothing green about kicking danger down the road for future generations to deal with. So maybe the real mark of sustainability isn't how long we can cling to the past, but about how bravely we build the future.